There comes a quiet turning point in life that doesn't arrive with noise or drama. It arrives with clarity. It's the moment you stop asking why someone hurt you and start understanding who they are. And once that understanding settles in, you realize something uncomfortable but freeing. Forgiveness does not always lead to peace. Sometimes it leads you straight back into the same storm. The Stoics understood this deeply. They never taught blind mercy or endless second chances. They taught discernment. They taught us to study human nature, to observe behavior over time, and to stop expecting depth from people who live on the surface. This message isn't about resentment. It's about wisdom, the kind earned through loss, mistakes, and hard lessons. By the end of this video, you'll understand why Stoic philosophy draws a firm line between forgiveness and access, and why protecting your inner calm is not selfish, it is virtuous. Let's begin. In the ancient Stoic tradition, forgiveness was seen as a strength of character, not a weakness, but it was never meant to be limitless. Seneca once warned that wisdom is not just knowing how to forgive, it is knowing when not to invite someone back into your life, because some people apologize only to reset the pattern. Their regret lasts a moment, their behavior lasts a lifetime. The Stoics advised us to listen less to words and more to repetition. Character reveals itself through consistency. The first type of person a Stoic would be cautious to forgive is the one who treats trust casually. For them, loyalty is flexible. Confidences are currency. This is the person who takes your openness and turns it into leverage, who shares what you entrusted in private, not by accident, but by choice. From a Stoic perspective, betrayal is rarely a mistake. It is a habit. And habits do not dissolve because of a single apology. Forgiveness may release your anger, but wisdom ensures you don't place your heart back into the same hands. The second type is the person who never carries responsibility. No matter the situation, they are always the victim. Every failure has an excuse. Every harm has a justification. Marcus Aurelius acknowledged that humans are flawed by nature, but he also believed that refusing accountability erodes the soul. When someone cannot face their own errors, their chaos becomes yours to manage. Their poor choices become your burden. Epictetus warned that the most dangerous form of bondage is the one we choose voluntarily. And there are people who don't chain you with force. They exhaust you with perpetual disorder. You forgive them again and again, and each time you walk away more drained than before. Then there is the one who feeds on your kindness. They recognize your empathy and quietly exploit it. They lean on you constantly. They ask without giving. They take without balance. The Stoics valued compassion deeply, but they also understood that compassion without boundaries becomes self-harm. A manipulative person doesn't need more understanding, they need distance. And finally, there is the most subtle and damaging presence of all, the person who thrives in your discomfort. They don't truly celebrate your progress, they minimize your struggles. They disguise their envy as humor and their resentment as concern. They may never say it aloud, but their reactions reveal their truth. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that the mind takes the shape of its environment. Stay too long around those who dim your spirit, and eventually you forget what light feels like. Forgiving someone who finds nourishment in your pain is not noble. It is self-erasure. So, what does Stoicism actually ask of you? Not hatred. Hatred binds you to the wound, not revenge. Revenge chains you to the past. Stoicism asks for something quieter and stronger. Detachment. You release them emotionally. You wish them no harm. But you close the door calmly, without explanation or drama. Forgiveness, in Stoic philosophy, is not a pass back into your life. It is freedom from resentment. It is clarity over confusion. It is choosing self-respect over repeating the same lesson. Your peace is not accidental. It was forged through experience, loss, and growth. Why offer it to someone who has already shown you they don't know how to protect it? Forgiveness is a gift. Access is a privilege. Not everyone deserves both. If this message brought clarity or reflection, let it remind you to guard your inner world carefully. Move with discernment. Hold your standards steady. You cannot control who others choose to become, but you can always choose who stands close to your soul. And if this resonated with you, share it with someone who might need a moment of Stoic clarity. Subscribe for more reflections drawn from timeless philosophy. Thank you for being here, and remember, sometimes the strongest response is silence. I'll see you in the next one.